From job site to boardroom, TradesTalk is the voice of the next generation trades. Hosted by Justin White, this show is your weekly dose of real talk, motivation, and strategy from the disruptors raising the bar in the trades. If you're building, scaling, or leading, this is your playbook. Welcome to TradesTalk.
Hey guys, welcome up. We are here in the plane at 8,500 feet on the way back from Terranea. We had an awesome day today at the Kress Next Summit in Los Angeles, California. Wanted to recap some of our big takeaways, and thought this would be the perfect place to do it. So, Tony, what was your biggest takeaway today?
Wow. I think, well, for me, if you're not on Kress yet, you're going to have about 1,000 more reasons to be on Kress tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, what was the number one reason that jumped out to you as to why we switched to electric, or maybe retrospect, looking back, why it was a good idea that K&D, that we went all in on Kress and electric?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of myths in our industry about gas versus electric, and, DJ went up there and showed us some pretty clear data on power, runtime, ROI that basically trumps everything that we've ever heard about gas equipment. Yeah, I mean, there's no lack of power. There's extended run times. All that intangible time that I know you've spoken about, Justin, comes into factor too, where you're saving, I forget what it was, 5,000?
Well, let's say you save, I think a fair number is, let's say 15 minutes per day per crew, or per person, let's say, when you don't have to fill up your gas in the morning. You don't have to mix the gas with the two-cycle. You don't have to change out filters. You don't have to do any of that. None of that exists. Yeah, you have to change batteries out, but it's lightning quick. So our estimate right now that we're saving 15 minutes per guy per day, which calculates out to approximately 187 crew hours, right? Three-man crew, 187 crew hours, which calculates out to approximately $5,200 a year of cost savings.
Per crew.
50% GM, you're running at a $10,400 price point that you could generate more revenue with that billable hour time. So pretty exciting data point on that.
Yeah. And to not only have the performance and operations, but then to have the financial make sense about it all, that's huge.
Yeah, when you say financial, like I'm going to edit this. I'm going to drop in a screenshot that shows the gas versus electric right here, a gas versus electric markup or makeup, if you will, comparison, where we're seeing the gas equipment expense, including fuel, including oil. This actually doesn't include any mechanic costs, compared to the electric equipment, which is basically buying the electric equipment and then financing that equipment on a monthly or annual basis. And what we see in California is a $5,000 per crew per year savings. In other states where gas is less expensive, you're going to see more of like a $1,500 a year savings per crew. But the math is pretty undeniable when you look at it the way that they present it today.
The math is definitely mathing.
Fast. Oh, well, the big reveal today, the Voyager.
Yeah.
What was your big takeaway today with the cut and go, as Don Gao says, but what their real brand is called the Voyager?
Right.
Pretty remarkable technology. We got to see it in action today, which is let me explain it. It's a 40-inch autonomous, truly autonomous. It's level 5 autonomy, which is going to be similar to like a Tesla or a Waymo car. Pretty amazing technology we're seeing. So, Tony, that was the first time you got to see it in person. What'd you think?
It's going to completely revolutionize the way that we bid landscape maintenance.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're coming at it from a sales side. Yeah.
Right. So I look at it that way and I go, okay, how much more effective can our crews be on site if they're not sitting on a mower? If they're hitting the details, if they're just the client experience, the sales, exponential. And not only that, but the wear and tear on our guys' bodies. I mean, it's like we're helping decrease the amount of wear and tear they have on their bodies. So well-being is there. On and on and on.
2056, affirmative, clear direct Sierra Alpha Charlie.
I love how we do these when we can just get absolutely berated by air traffic.
Skyhawk 374.
I think it adds to it. Like, I've gotten to the point where I can talk, we can have a conversation, we can be doing this. Simultaneously, I'm listening to the radio, I'm listening to what they're saying, I'm waiting for my call. We just switched over to a new ATC, so I know I don't have a call for about 10 miles or at least 5 minutes right now. So actually, more like 10 minutes, 20 miles anyway. What's exciting to me...
NorCal on guard, Air Black 2921, what frequency are you supposed to...
And my biggest excitement that I have around this is the landscape industry is going electric.
Right.
There's really... It's kind of like... all right, it's kind of like software. It's like, it's obvious that software in your landscape business is a absolute competitive advantage. You don't see Mariani, Sperber, Yellowstone, Brightview operating without software, right? They're not using pen and paper time cards to communicate with their team. They're using software and technology. Just like it's required to have a website for your business. It's required to have a Google page. It's required that your team have cell phones in the field. Could you imagine if we didn't have cell phones? But look, 30 years ago,
Pagers.
And the idea of cell phones was radically unpopular, but here we are today. So I think whatever trend you can compare this to, electric equipment is that of tomorrow. Electric equipment will be an obvious choice in all landscape operations by 2030. Yeah. So the big takeaway for me is like, why not lead the fucking charge? Like, why not raise the bar? Why not be the guide? I'm so interested as to why people aren't moving faster,
right,
in this direction. And maybe it's just a lack of information. I mean, running a landscape business is so difficult, so busy, so many numbers. The idea of, let me look at this equipment, and the last time I tried Steel, the last time I tried Ego, the last time I tried Husqvarna, it wasn't great. So why would Kress be any better?
Right.
You know, and that's for you guys to check out. That's for you guys to go demo and test and make your own decisions, because a lot of other companies have gone in different directions, and I'm not here to advocate for this or that. I'm just sharing my experience, and I'm advocating for the electric revolution. I'm advocating for innovation. I'm advocating for raising the bar.
Yeah. And when I think back to my experience in New Zealand doing more residential, some small-scale commercial, landscape maintenance, so many tracks had turf, right? And what was I doing? I was sitting behind a mower, pushing, slogging through wet, tall turf. And in New Zealand, the growing season's year-round. So I think back, if I'm starting again,
yeah,
there's no way I'm not using Kress.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I don't know the names of all the mowers. I didn't retain that. But, like, you know, the smaller mower, the smaller autonomous mower that they have.
Yeah.
If I could have put that on 2 or 3 of my sites, I think about my back, how much that would have helped, how much money I would have made, and how much the client satisfaction would probably be there too.
You know, you mentioned client satisfaction. I think it's not something to skim over. Today, we got a network with a bunch of great companies, Clayton, Nicholas with Dinsmore, Andrew Martin with Urban, Jeff Liston with Bill Maher out of Las Vegas. The list goes, like, so many amazing companies, right? And one thing that we heard from everybody was, my clients hate electric equipment. Now, they didn't say that. They said, my clients love it. Like, no one's complaining about the electric equipment except the one story from Garden View, Blake.
Yeah.
And Blake said they got fired from an account because the client said they hadn't been there in 3 weeks. And he's like, dude, I got the GPS. Like, I could show you when they got there, what they did. But the client said, well, my dogs didn't bark, so I know that you weren't there because they bark at everything. He's like, well, we have electric equipment. It's not as loud. You don't hear us.
It was a good riddance situation, though.
He was okay to get fired on that one.
Yeah. I mean, and you have a similar story. I mean, when we first started one of our larger HOAs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The door hangers, right?
they got mad because the client said we weren't. It was it's 1,000 homes or more or less, and you got 1,000 Karens, right, or at least 10% Karens, and they were just upset that we weren't hitting their yard. We didn't hit their yard for a month, and the response was like, "What did we miss? Oh no, the yard looks great, but we didn't see you or hear you." And so, like, yeah, well,
Bonanza,
we're not making noise. We're not disrupting the environment of the community. We're not disrupting your Zoom call. And so what we did for a little bit of time is we had to hang door hangers to let them know, hey, we were here.
118.9.
So we now adopted the name Landscape Ninjas, which we love that nickname from them.
124.525.
So with that, right, I kind of want to wrap it up for everybody here if you're still listening, but check it out. If you're not already on it, check it out. I really don't see a reason to not go all in. I'm sure there are reasons out there that each, infrastructure is maybe an issue. Adoption from your crew could be an issue. I don't know what else, but
but it's so clear. Like, I'm leaving and I'm thinking, we hit on every button. ROI for the business-minded folks out there. Customer experience for the sales-minded folks out there.
yeah.
Operational efficiencies. And crew well-being.
Yeah, crew well-being's a big one.
I'm trying to think, I'm with a massive still, just weed whacking the hell out of these areas, just inhaling fumes. I remember my throat being sore, like even covering it up and just like stinking, like two-stroke. I'm like, why is this? Yeah, why is this not being adopted quicker?
Yeah.
But I think it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But sometimes if you don't know it's broke, until it's too late.
To do 71, Oakland Center, Clement Chief of 190.
Level 190.
Yeah. So with that, we're going to get into some busier airspace. We're going to sign off, guys. But look, if you have any questions about Kress, you guys want to check it out, you want to ask me specifically, I got some issues I'd be happy to share and how they resolve them. And I got some success stories, obviously, that I'd be happy to share. But either way, we're here to raise the bar. Look, 5% of the industry has moved electric, 5%. That's a big opportunity to move the industry forward, that 95%. And that's at the core of our mission at KD is to raise the bar, not just for our clients and our community and our employees, but for the entire industry. And that's what we're here doing. So with that, Tony, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Tiger on air. See you guys.
Thanks for tuning in to Trades Talk, where the next generation of disruptors comes to raise the bar. If you got value from today's episode, share it with someone in the trades who's ready to level up. For more tools, insights, and community, follow host Justin White and join the movement at jwhitegroup.com.